One repo this week can search every social platform and synthesize a grounded research report in seconds. It is actually impressive. Hi, I am Jason, and I'll be your host today on GitHub Trending Jason. We have a packed list today covering everything from hardware benchmarks to massive educational datasets. The open source community is moving faster than ever this June, and honestly, some of these projects are absolute game changers for your workflow. Here is what is trending. First up is mvanhorn Last 30 Days skill. This is a Python-powered AI skill that researches any topic across Reddit, YouTube, and even Polymarket to give you a grounded summary. It is blowing up because it solves the recency problem. Why? Because most LLMs are stuck in the past, but this agent finds what is happening right now across the web. It has already crossed 36,000 stars, with over 3,000 coming in just today. That is a wild level of growth for a specialized AI research tool. It's clearly hitting a nerve. The cool part is the zero config setup. You can install it through Claude Code or any agent skill host, and it just works with platforms like Hacker News immediately. Imagine using this to track sentiment on a new tech launch or getting a briefing on a complex news story before you start your workday. It is incredibly useful. Next, we have turbovec by RyanCodrai. This is a high-performance vector index built on Rust with Python bindings, specifically utilizing Google Research TurboQuant algorithm. The performance claims here are staggering. It can shrink a 31 GB float 3.2 corpus down to just 4 GB of RAM while actually searching faster than face. That's incredible. One of the best features is the online ingest. Unlike other indices, there's no separate training phase or codebook tuning needed. You just add your vectors and you're good to go. It utilizes handwritten AVX 512 and non-kernels to beat established libraries by up to 20% on ARM architecture. This is a massive win for efficiency. If you are building RAG applications and struggling with memory overhead, turbovec is probably the solution you have been waiting for. It is slick and very fast. Moving on to roboflow supervision. This Python library is a Swiss Army knife for computer vision tasks, providing reusable tools for detection, tracking, and even video processing. It is consistently trending because it eliminates the boilerplate code that usually plagues vision projects. You can load datasets and annotate images in just a few lines of code. With 42,000 stars, it has become an industry standard for data scientists. It supports everything from YOLO to PyTorch, making it extremely versatile for any workflow you use. The surprising detail? It even handles oriented bounding boxes and complex tracking metrics with ease, which are usually a nightmare to implement from scratch in pure Python. Whether you are counting cars in a parking lot or monitoring a production line, supervision makes the visualization and management of your models significantly easier. We cannot talk about computer vision without opencv. The legend itself is trending today as developers flock to the latest updates in this massive C++ library. With version 5.0 released, opencv continues to dominate the field with over 88,000 stars. It is the backbone of almost every vision-based application on the planet. It's blowing up today because of renewed community focus on cross-platform support and deep learning integration. The sheer scale of this repository is still mind-blowing after all these years. The contributors are working on everything from hardware acceleration to new Mastodon integrations for the community. It is a true testament to the power of open source collaboration. If you are just starting in AI, this is the first repo you should look at. It is the foundation for everything we see in modern image processing today. Now, let's look at Tolaria. This is a beautiful desktop app built with TypeScript for managing Markdown knowledge bases across macOS, Windows, and even Linux environments. People are using it for more than just notes. It is being used to organize company docs as context for AI assistants and storing long-term memory for agents. The creator, Luca, actually uses it to manage over 10,000 notes for his life. That kind of real-world stress testing makes the app feel incredibly robust and reliable. It is trending because it bridges the gap between a simple text editor and a full-scale digital brain. The clean UI and powerful indexing are top-notch. If you are deep into the second brain movement but want something that feels faster and more modern than Obsidian, you definitely need to check out Tolaria. Next up, we have Goose from aaif. This is an open source, extensible AI agent written in Rust that goes way beyond simple code suggestions and basic completions. It can install, execute, and test code using any LLM you prefer. It's recently moved to the Linux Foundation, which is why we're seeing this massive surge in interest. Goose is designed to be a general purpose partner. It runs locally as a desktop app or CLI, allowing it to handle research and data analysis natively. With 48,000 stars, it is one of the most successful agentic frameworks out there. The modularity is the real winner here, letting you swap out providers easily. If you want an agent that actually lives on your machine and assists with your actual terminal workflows, Goose is the top-tier choice right now. Ever wonder which model actually runs best on your specific hardware? whichllm by Andy64 is a Python tool that finally answers that question with real data. It auto-detects your GPU and RAM to rank models based on performance benchmarks rather than just parameter counts. This is a game changer for local AI enthusiasts. The wild part? You can actually simulate a different GPU before you buy it. Just run the command with a 4090 flag to see what your performance would be. It is blowing up because it simplifies the confusing world of GGUF and VRAM requirements. One simple command, and you know exactly what your machine can handle. Before you waste hours downloading a 7EB model that will just crash your system, run whichllm. It will save you so much time and frustration. Finally, we have ChinaTextbook. This is a massive repository intended to provide open access to every primary and secondary textbook in China, including university-level material. The goal is to eliminate educational poverty and help overseas families keep their children connected to their heritage through high-quality, free PDF resources and direct links. It has gained over 73,000 stars as people rally behind the idea of making basic education truly accessible to everyone, regardless of their financial status or location. It is organized beautifully, covering subjects from mathematics to literature. It's a massive win for open information and education across the globe. Whether you are a student, a parent, or just curious about global educational standards, this repository is an incredible archive that everyone should know about. A huge thank you to all the amazing developers behind these projects for keeping the open source spirit alive. Which one of these will you try first? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm Jason with GitHub Trending Jason, and I'll see you tomorrow.